How important is it to take out time to think about marketing strategies,
Yeah.
what reels are going to go up, what's the Instagram aesthetic going to be, how are Instagram DMs going to be looked into?
Okay. So this question is really funny.
Okay.
Because if Barbara and I were to hear this question, we'd just look at each other and we would burst out laughing. Because you're using terms like sales strategies, marketing strategies, or
Aesthetic.
reels, aesthetic, or reels and whatnot. And for me, my strategy, if anything, is there's no formula to anything.
Okay.
Like Barbara and I, the biggest challenge we faced with our business is that we come from a zero business background. We come from like there's no background of business in our families.
From both your
From
sides.
both of our sides. Both our dads were working in corporate jobs. My brother's in corporate. I was in corporate. He was also working a corporate job. So none of us know anything to do with अच्छा उसमें ROI क्या होगा और इसमें
KPI क्या है?
KPIs क्या हैं exactly. I'm starting a business तो इसके KPIs ये होने चाहिए. We didn't do anything by the book.
Okay.
It was all on the go, with the flow. क्या कहते हैं? It was just very random with zero plans. You know how it started. So it just people were ordering and suddenly I was just selling
Learning on the
cheesecakes.
go.
Learning on the go. The one good thing and my strength was how to brand this cheesecake. Because my entire corporate life was all about strategy and branding and like I've worked on a lot of branding local products in Pakistan as well. We had a lot of local clients as well at our agency.
And you
So-
understood the demographic, I guess.
Exactly, understanding the demographic, understanding what motivates people, etc., etc. So when it came to this cheesecake, I knew how to brand it perfectly because I knew that I need to like market में तो बहुत सारे cheesecakes
You need
हैं.
to, what's your USP,
Exactly.
right? Unique
What's our-
selling point.
Absolutely. What is my USP? Why should people buy my cheesecake? There are a million cheesecakes out there, and not just cheesecakes, even cakes.
Desserts, the whole category.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who is my competitor? Is it just cheesecakes, or is it any other or any other cake, or any other dessert? Why should people buy my cake on Eid and not, let's
XYZ.
say, another brand or whatever? So I started looking into who is my customer, what kind of people like my cake. You know, it's a no-nonsense cheesecake. It's a very basic cake. It doesn't have any frills to it. It
Yeah.
doesn't have any wow beauty to it or whatever. It's a basic cake. I invested in the packaging. So
I was going to ask
yeah.
you the next thing that if we're talking about branding,
Yeah.
it can't just be the cake then, right?
No,
It
not
has
at
to
all.
be all touch points that the
Of
customer
course.
goes through, and a big one would be packaging.
Packaging.
So then is that something you outsourced? What did you do about
Yes.
that?
So basically, the product has to be good. I'm not saying marketing, you market a bad product and it'll sell. No, the product has to be good. That's the
Number one thing.
Number one thing that you have to, tick off the checklist. The next thing is, yes, like, how is this cake supposed to make someone feel? Like, when you're buying this cake, it's literally the entire journey from speaking to me. You were talking about, DMs and how to
It's
like
important how their
how
first interaction on
interaction
DMs
is
happen.
with me. Exactly. And I'm the person.
You handle
speaking.
your DMs?
I handle my DMs. I need to pass it on to someone else because my interaction with customers is getting a little too much and I can't handle it anymore. But I'm the one who's behind the DMs, and sometimes you literally talk to me and I will be very no nonsensical with you because that is the person behind the brand and that is the brand itself. So I remember and I get a lot of criticism for this as well, and I'm trying to work around it, but I don't know what way to go.
No, but it's a good platform because we do want to have these authentic conversations
Of course.
of vulnerability, learning, struggle. So
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
absolutely.
This is a safe space.
So I'll have DMs and someone will message me every 3 weeks saying, is cake available? Price kya hai?
Huh.
The same person
Okay.
every 3 weeks. So then one day I'll just respond saying, ab to cake khareed le. Like they won't buy the cake. They'll
You'll
keep
say that?
Yeah. So I'm like, ab to le, please.
I think
Like,
you get away
please.
with it because they're buying the no-nonsense cheesecake, so
No-nonsense
they can expect some no-nonsense conversation.
Exactly. So that's where I feel like it's important. Tone of voice has to reflect what the brand stands
It's not just a
for.
theoretical concept.
Yes, you
It
have
does
to
come to
apply it.
life.
Exactly.
Barber chose well.
Barber-
He gave you leeway to be yourself.
Yes, no, but Barbara criticizes me the most. She goes, "You can't say that to a customer." I'm like,
Listen,
they just keep asking me for the price and for if it's available, but they'll never order. So अब तो मैं
Talking-
बोलूंगी, अब तो खरीद ले मुझसे भाई.